Hello. So this is Forspoken game. I believe it's from Luminous Productions. Is published by Square Enix. I thought it was created by Square Enix too. But apparently, that's not the case according to Wikipedia's article. Uh, this game is bizarre in many ways. Honestly, a game I can't believe got made. It feels like God, it feels like the same team that made Strangers of Paradise or Stranger of Paradise. Um, let's just get right into it. First of all, the game, it looks pretty right now. Uh, I do have it on, I believe it's the medium setting. Yeah, quality focused. I had it on performance focused. It looked like mud. It looked like it was 720p. Completely all the textures were screwed. So I changed it. Not even gonna bother with ray tracing because why would I would perform at like 10 FPS. So anyways, this is a PS5 and PC exclusive, I'm pretty sure. You can change those things if you're on PC. I imagine if you have like a 4090 or a 4080, you might be okay playing with ray tracing at 4K. But anything less than that, just I wouldn't even bother. This game is supposed to be an action RPG. Surface level thoughts. It feels awful. The movement, the combat, just it feels so strange and off kilter. The narrative, the story, just like everything about this game is weird. It starts off sort of you play as a character named Frey. She's from New York. She's about to be 21. Grew up as an orphan. She's in some deep trouble with like some gang she works for. She's trying to make money so she can get out of Hell's Kitchen, New York. And all of the dialogue and everything is cheeseball, campy.
Really? I thought she was Lisa.
That's Chrissy!
Huh. Well, in my defense, you don't really look like a Lisa.
Where is it?
Like, not the good kind of campy either. Like, it is bad. This is some of the cringiest dialogue I've ever heard in a video game.
I just moved shit with my mind.
I just keep hearing I.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind! Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, talk to sentient cuffs, kill jacked up beasts. You know what? I'll probably fly next.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
Oh, that's too far. Good to know there's a line.
If you could just master these new abilities, with my help, of course.
Did you not just see me take out that gnarly beast? Oh, bring it, you mangled monsters!
Which is super weird. Looking at the writing credits, I knew Gary Whitta was involved to some extent. I believe I heard from Kind of Funny Games. He mentions it every now and then. He was only involved in like a small part at the beginning of development, which started several years ago, changed over time, as well as Amy Hennig, who, man, she has been having a rough time trying to stay on good projects. And I know they weren't the only two writers. There was also Allison Reimer and Todd Stashwick, which I've never heard of either of these other two people. I think Todd Stashwick is credited as being on the 12 Monkeys TV show. No clue. I'm just saying all of the all of the blame probably doesn't rest solely with Amy Hennig and Gary Whitta. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna make my way out of this main city we're in. I believe it's called Sepal. I'm about 3 hours into the game. I got through sort of the main tutorial area, got into some combat, be the first like mini boss, did some outside exploring, but
You there?
oh, what do you want? Alright, anyways, that conversation was just like inconsequential. It was a mini side quest, gave you experience. Anyways, what I was saying, sort of lends towards what I was trying to explain earlier. This game has some of the most like awful writing, stilted acting, some of the worst pacing between conversations. It feels like it's just two robots trying to communicate with each other.
Oi, miss!
Huh?
My friend told me you have a strange glowing object you keep in your pocket.
Oh, you mean this? It's called a smartphone.
It is rough. So anyways, I'm gonna try to like make my way outside the city, get through this little part right here, and then get into some combat just to show you what we're working with. So this game is it's what's called an isekai. It's a Japanese trope that literally means from another world or another world. I'm not a huge fan of isekai. I think most isekai, unless they're written by a really good author, they're pretty terrible. But if you don't know, like there's been isekais all throughout history. Alice in Wonderland, one obvious example. They use it right at the beginning of the story, where she's just walking through her apartment. And, oh, here's a copy of Alice in Wonderland sitting on her table. She remarks, "Oh, I wish I could go down that rabbit hole." Like, so damn on the nose. Just this game has no subtlety whatsoever. So anyways, the biggest draw of this game is not supposed to really be the narrative. It's supposed to be the gameplay. Okay, I'm showing off a little bit of a glitch there. So yeah, this game is supposed to be open world action RPG. Its main draws are supposed to be you can do parkour while throwing magic at everything, which sounds really cool. In practice, it's really rough. Right at the beginning, you have like I think 3 different types of magic. You have your burst shot, your scatter shot, which is like your machine gun, and your shield shot, which is more like a shotgun. You can use it to block projectiles.
Stay frosty. Got it.
And then you also have your AoE attacks bound to your left side of your controller, so your left bumper and left trigger, which I guess I can show off here. Get close to these guys.
How about this?
Oops. Oh, now they're showing me how to do counters. Okay, finally. Yeah, like you can do some AoE things. So like, there's that. There's binding, which there was only one enemy. Okay, I guess we'll get to that later. A lot of weird system level stuff too. Like as you can see, when I opened the chest, I had to press the triangle button twice. I had to press once to open the chest, and then once to grab the stuff that was inside. Just really strange, archaic decisions that went into this game. These little spouts here are mana that's just kind of like lingering around the world. You pick it up, you get essentially skill points to add to your spells to make them stronger in the menu, and kind of show that off real quick. Yeah, sort of started with like this hexagon shape right here and expands outwards. But each one requires more and more mana as you go outside. You can see you've got like 34 out of 36, 42 out of 36. You know, basic skill tree stuff like that. There's also some other systems which I just got introduced to. Let's start with the other stuff. Gear. You can get gear. You can upgrade it with different enchantments to do different things. Picked up a necklace from a side quest that was like a mini dungeon. I think it might have been randomly generated, but I'm not sure because that's the only one I've been in. But the rooms definitely felt like they were like in positions which were laid out by artificial intelligence, not like an actual human being. But yeah, one of the other things is apparently there's like nail paintings which add things to your spells as well. A lot of people were upset about that pre-release. I think I'm okay with it as long as it fits in the world, but it's weird. It's unique, I'll give them that, but yeah, whatever. One of the other really weird basic things the game does, just every time you pick something new up, you'll get a marker that says, "Oh, check your archive." It just pops up every single time you pick something up. It goes up on the side of the screen. Anytime you meet a new character, NPC, anytime you see a new thing, it's just like, "Hey, check it out." Luckily, there is a thing to just like clear all of your notifications at once. You don't have to go through them one by one. Anyways, let me see if I can't get to a little bit of a better combat encounter than that single enemy I found a minute ago. Oh, here's one. It looks like just a couple of wolves.
Could pretend we didn't notice.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of just like intermittent dialogue that's inconsequential. Oops. Also, that symbol just straight up looks like it was ripped from the cover of the Michael Jackson documentary, This Is It, and I can't unsee it.
That's it.
Alright, so I'm gonna find myself using this one, quite a bit. That's like a finisher, or at least it's supposed to be a finisher. Sometimes it doesn't actually kill the enemies, but it does like give you some of your health back. I think that guy's too far off the side of the mountain to do anything. Yeah, this is kind of general combat. You can switch between the spells, but honestly at this point I don't feel the need to. This one just kind of gets the job done every time because I've leveled it up to the 2nd rank. Yeah, one of the main things is your parkour system. So when you hold down the O button, or you tap it and hold it, as long as you get like your 2nd step off, Frey starts sprinting, and then she'll stop once her little stamina bar down there runs out of one of its pips. It's got like 4 little pips above her health bar. If you hold it down, she'll just run until she completely runs out of stamina. Feels really restrictive though. Since you do have that amount of stamina, you can only like do it for a short time, and it'll get you over like small obstacles and stuff. You can even sprint up walls once you get a little bit further in. Let me see if I can just like do it up here. Yeah, so you can like do it up a certain amount and then press O again, and it'll use a little bit more stamina. Oh, this is not letting me get up here, huh? She doesn't like climbing flat, straight up surfaces, apparently. But when it's just like basic stuff like this rock, I can just sort of sprint over it. But this is like one of the biggest gripes. Frey feels awful to control. Like, I don't know if you can see it. Let me unplug real quick. If you're looking at my controller, what's the best way to do this? This way. Okay. So, like, you know, you can move her in one direction. There's like a pretty big delay. And also I think my camera's delayed, so that doesn't help. Yeah, there's big delays in turning your character. And also the sprinting feels too fast to actually control reliably. So you can't do that. And also move your camera, because your camera is bound to the right stick, obviously. You have to hold down circle. You can sort of hold it down to your 2nd step and then move your camera, but then you just start normally running again. Alright, let me just show off the other attacks here. So you have your shield shot, which it sort of puts a shield in front of you. I think it only blocks projectiles and not melee. Well, that guy kind of jumped behind me, so that's a poor showing of it. Let me see if I can get him to like attack me straight on. Come on, buddy. Come on. One of you guys.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay, I think it just kind of ran out of time there. Anyways, this is just kind of like a shotgun shot if you let it go. Like that. Doesn't do too much damage if you're too far away. One of the main things is they expect you to dodge using your parkour button, your circle button. That's why she sort of takes 2 steps to get into the sprinting animation, because the first step is like your dodge. So your 2nd step is just a straight up run. Yeah, something else. The aiming is really sloppy, and the auto targeting feels like it never works. That's the biggest thing, is like while you're in combat against something that is not just a giant enemy, you are essentially just aiming where you can and shooting and praying, because this the right stick just does not feel reactive enough to actually shoot at enemies the way that it's intended. It is pretty neat, like, being able to traverse the world like this. I just wish it felt a little bit tighter. Oh, got some big enemies here. I'm just gonna stick with the burst shot. And bind. Oh, it's immune. Good to know. How about... Can I sprout a flower here? Yeah.
We got this.
You can also sort of do some like additional attacks by doing your parkour into attacks. So, like, I sprint around while holding it, and then it sort of chucks them in between. Like that. Well, it's hard to tell when you're actually going to do it. I always feel like I cut off the sprinting animation before it actually does it. Or stop holding the button, I guess. Let's go to this one.
Kinda guessed that already.
Alright, I'm gonna use my tendril here. I gotta get in close to these guys. It's one of the unlockable spells you get pretty early on. Oop. Finishers give you a little bit of health back, do big damage. Like I said, it doesn't always kill the enemies, and I accidentally used my big attack. You get like one sort of super attack you can charge up by, I believe, just doing the other attacks over and over. And it's bound to the left and the right trigger at the same time. Yeah, it feels so sloppy. Like, I feel like I'm not hitting things 90% of the time. I'm just sort of spraying and praying. Why is this guy going away? Also, AI is very weird. Sort of going all over the place here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Yep, this.
You're gonna love this. My ace in the hole.
Back to the burst shot. Why are you guys running away? What is happening?
Aw, yeah.
Honestly, I think I could probably get this treasure chest and just run away. I don't know what is happening with these guys. Oop.
Got you on your toes now.
Do that and then that. There we go.
I put in some serious work there.
Apparently I exited combat long enough for it to give me my XP.
Motivational gold.
Yeah, initial thoughts. This this game, Forspoken, I do not think it's worth the $70 they're charging for it. Definitely wait for a sale. It'll probably go on sale pretty soon after launch. I've seen the other reviews coming out. Reviewers are being about as harsh to it as I am. Scores are in the mid 60s, most outlets. I don't know. I might play this a little bit longer just to give it a second chance, but I think I might be done with this in a couple of hours. Well, anyways, that's my thoughts on Forspoken. I'll see you guys later.